Undead? Okay. Let's see who we're dealing with. We're dealing with Commissar Tyr. 2 whites, and then a skeleton crew of skeletons. Get it? Huh? 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 Skeleton crew? 2 wins. Very nice. What have you been up against? 2-0. Undead, more like FUndead? Yeah. Big Bad Wolf, if you want to play in Mr. Hadwick Invitational, the way it works is that you make a team and then you apply to get into MHI Season 2. And once you've done that, an admin, which usually happens a few times a week, goes through the invite requests, and if your team fits with well, if it abides by all the rules, you'll be sent a ticket, and then once that's happened, whenever you're in Blood Bowl 2 next time, you'll get a pop-up saying, hey, you've got a ticket from Mr. Hadwick Invitational, and then you go to your team and you click on the use ticket button in the middle of the screen, and that's how you get in. So, the big question here is how Commissar Tyr actually, who's the ball carrier? It's either going to be a white, because there are only 2 agility 3 pieces on the pitch from the Undead team, and it seems like this white here is the ball carrier, and this other one here is just going to be in the middle. This will probably be the blitzer. Ah, that is really unfortunate. I did not want that to happen. I think they also got a spare reroll. So the rules are pretty simple. Custom team names, and it can't be over 1400 team value. I think those are the main ones. Someone might call you out on turn 16 fouling. It depends on how you present it. It's not distinctly banned, but it doesn't really do much. So if you're doing it to be a jerk, then we do tend to ban jerks from time to time. As a thing. Like, basically, don't be an asshole. And that means if you're, like, even if you're conceding, tell people that you're conceding and why you're conceding. There are several reasons why it's fine to concede, but you should be communicating with your opponent, basically. Can you be above 1400 and kick players? In some instances, yeah, sure. It kind of depends on from team to team. If you're uncertain, just go into the Discord and ask an admin. They're like, it's always gonna be like from. Oh, that's nice. That's less nice. Okay, I don't want to overextend here. So, I'm gonna try not to. Wait, hang on. I fucked that up, didn't I? Because that's 2 assists, and I would only get 1 assist here. Yeah, I fucked that up. Okay, that means we're gonna do something else instead. We're gonna do this. Oh, if that hadn't been a KO, that would have been pretty okay. So I'm down a player. Like, it's also a case, like, if you actually have to look into the rules and try and play around them, then maybe just make a fresh team and play with that. Like, you're more likely if someone's like, hang on, like, if someone's trying to game the rules, I mean, the rules are in place because we want a league where everyone is having a good time. But if you're trying to game the system some way, just don't. Basically. And it's also totally fine to be like, hey, it seems like my team didn't apply. Can you tell me why? That's fine. But just don't try and game the system, basically. Yeah, and also, if your reason for T16 fouling is I feel like it, probably shouldn't be doing it. That's literally a jerk move. But I think everyone understands that, so I don't think there's too much reason to go further into it, to be honest. Like, it's pretty straightforward. Okay. Let's see. I think... Okay, this guy running over here means that is there going to be a pass or a handoff? Because this player I can reach. This player is slightly harder to reach. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's still doable. Hang on, how? Oh, this is even easier. Okay, that's good. Let's see. What does that mean? This is just 1 dodge. This is 2 dodges, which I don't want to do. So I should then go do this. Yeah, it's done. Okay. And unfortunately here... Well, I snake-eyed the dodge again. Very spooky. Yes, so the POW, when people say flash, 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 that's the POW symbol on the dice. Because at one point I was playing, this was in Blood Bowl Chaos Edition, I was playing with our Corn team and against a I think it was Chaos Dwarf team, and my opponent wasn't playing very well. And I was rolling pretty decently, and my opponent was complaining about me always rolling flash, 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 and we found it very funny. Yes, unfortunately, I can't get it. Well, actually, I can. And here comes the surf. Because I couldn't protect it well enough. No! Catch and sausages! What's your injury? Right. I gambled the Apo there. There isn't really anyone here that if one of them gets injured, it's not the end of the world. So it was more a case of miss next. If it had been badly hurt, it would have been great, but I rolled a 4 twice. So it's not going as well as it could have gone. Could go. I mean, we're always going to be down players now, essentially. And because the skeleton crew has so many so many skeletons, it's difficult to deal with. So we're down to 9, so we're gonna run some people down. And we're gonna run some other people up. I am breaking armor a lot, which is nice, but I'm also rolling 7 or 8s, which is not great. And this should force my opponent to score. We'll see. But yeah, it makes sense to yeah, well, doing a blitz first is probably a good thing. Go quad skulls. Nope. Okay, so a quick touchdown. I'm down at least 1, probably 2 players. Yep. which means I have to score with 9 players versus a full team. I rolled a 1. It's still, it's still doable. It's difficult, but doable. Because these skeletons are probably not going to dodge anywhere. And I have a lot of turns, so I might spend my first turn just blocking these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. I could, in theory, do that. We'll see what happens. You're welcome, Tusane. I could try and have Fish and Blitz hold on to the ball. Actually, Kung Pao Chicken might be even better. So I want to knock down these pieces if I can. Yeah, go try and pick that up. Preferably fail and have it get... Okay, that works too. I guess this is payback from last game. Okay, so the reason I'm following, well, more specifically here, is because it lets me do this. At some point, I'm gonna roll higher on the injury, and when that happens, whew, it's gonna be great. I mean, it's probably... So, it's also important here to remember the skeletons have thick skull, which means that I actually have to try and go for the... Well, try and go. I mean, even if I roll... If I roll a KO result, they might still stay put on the pitch, because that's how they work. And yeah, there's still 2 spares, so in this case it's more of a... Get the... Oh, that's nice. Get the injury so that I can, you know, do things. That's a weird way of phrasing it. That's pretty nice, though. Okay. Let's run over here. Okay, let's see if we... I can't get through here. I think I have to keep this piece here, actually. Because it has blodge sidestep, so... It's gonna take four block dice. Okay, it's actually gonna take 5. Depending on what happens, because this is a setup to get 3. Do I know what happened to the MVP and Revival rework? I haven't heard anything official about them actually working on that, other than people have been suggesting things. I'm not necessarily sure I know what the Revival is a reference to. Personal opinion is that I don't really think the MVP needs a rework. But I can see why it's frustrating in some cases, and my opinion based on MVP is that one of the first times I played in, like, when I started playing Blood Bowl around like 2002 or something, one of the first I played in a custom league that had a pick a oh shit, I fucked up. I didn't realize it was that dude that was blocking. What was I trying to say? Yeah, I worked in a custom league where you could kind of decide who got the MVP, or you could pick 3 and then roll. And it usually meant that pieces that had a difficult time getting MVP and were kind of tailored around, like mummies and stuff, got the first skill up a lot faster, which then fueled like other skill ups. Because if you get block, it's a lot easier to get casualty, SVP, that kind of stuff. But like, it's, I mean, I can see why some people would like that to change. My personal opinion would be that it's the only times I've seen it used, I've seen it be abused. Injured. Yeah, like I can definitely see. I mean, I'm just. I can see that there's more to discuss than just based on personal preference, and I think it's also important to note that I rarely play, like, when I play Blood Bowl, it's very rarely to actually like play in a competitive league environment, because I find it a lot more fun to just build teams that are awesome and have quirky things rather than, you know, are great. But to answer the main question, I haven't heard anything about it. I've got 3 turns. I can do this. Yeah, I mean, okay, maybe, yeah, well, getting MVP on a dead player definitely sucks. So, there's stuff, sure, there's stuff you can do, most definitely. Yeah, let's do this. Like, I don't think it's cut and dry. I feel like there's a lot of things in Blood Bowl that whenever I sound like such an interesting thing. Yeah. I think I'm still slightly frustrated about people claiming I have stuff to do with something I clearly haven't anything to do with, specifically when it comes to the halflings thing. Do I... That's a dangerous dodge. So, yeah. I mean, I think when it comes to debating balance and rule changes based on that, I think having a matchmaking system that means that it's more likely that you get a balanced matchup, I think is great. If we can get to that, awesome. At the same time, I know that for a fact that there are people that want to go in and be like, ooh, I'm gonna play against someone who's less experienced than me because it's nice to win. I can see that point. I don't think that's something that's healthy for a game that's mainly based on multiplayer. I think it's healthier to get more people to play if they get an even matchup, right? And that's exciting. But I think after that, I don't know if, like, someone has to decide somewhere if, like, you play Blood Bowl for a bunch of different reasons, and the people that play it, like, very competitively in Championship League, I think maybe they should be more... I don't fucking know what I'm saying. I haven't prepared a statement, as it were. In my Nurgle team, almost all SPP went to Rotters. I don't effectively had to delete the team. I don't think that's the case. You don't effectively have to delete the team just because you have a bunch of SPP on Rotters. But that's also, like I said, I'm not always playing for, like, to get the, like, to be as efficient as possible. So when someone concedes because they're gonna lose a bunch of players, if you're playing competitively and want to save your team, that makes sense, right? But if you're just playing to have, like, a fun story and kind of, like, improve your players and your team, it makes less sense because it's not the end of the world if a bunch of people die, because you're just going to go down on lower team value, and then you'll face off against easier teams. So, like, both perspectives have things that make sense, but it kind of depends on... All it does is depend on how you look at the game and what's important to you to have a fun Blood Bowl experience. And I think what we're running into more and more is that people have different opinions on what they consider to be fun when they play Blood Bowl. Hopefully that made sense. And that's where we get into these situations where someone's like, oh, I don't like the way the MVP works, and other people are like, what are you talking about? The MVP system is fine, because you kind of played the game for different reasons. That's also why there's a lot of people that were upset that Blood Bowl 2, when it launched, didn't have a proper single-player mode. Like, it had one campaign and then nothing else. So there were people like, oh, I want to play like an Eternal League where I can just keep grinding against the AI because I find that fun. Whereas I'm like, why would you ever need a single-player component? Blood Bowl is a multiplayer game. I never want to play against the AI if I can help it. So clearly different opinions on how or why you want to play the game, but you can't really say that one of those is more correct than the others, because it depends on how you play the game, right? Hopefully that made sense. My poor Blitzer is going to get fouled again. And I don't have an Apo. Hooray! Only a stun. We are playing... It depends on what you mean with the new edition, Dennis, in Japan. We're playing Blood Bowl 2 Legendary Edition, so this is the latest computer game version. But it's not using all of the rules from the latest tabletop version. Okay, is there anything I want to do before I score? Yes, I have one blitz in me here, which I think is fine to try because I do have a reroll. Flatman says, I was trying to get a Nurgle team going this championship ladder, but the start has been very rough. 2 dead warriors in the first 3 games. 2-1 and 2, but feels like almost a restart anyways. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things as well. Like, before I played in championship ladder, when I played tabletop, or more, like, home league stuff, I was very much, you need to get an Apo at the start. That said, this was when you actually had to spend money on Fan Factor in the beginning if you wanted to get any money. You have to get an Apo at the start, because if someone dies, right, you're stuck with this team, kind of. No one's gonna allow you to remake the same team, or at least that was the case in my home league. So I was like, oh, this is, let's see, I've got 2 out. My opponent has 2 out, but they have spares, so they have a full team. Yeah, this is still a decent setup. No, actually, it's not. I don't need you here anymore. We'll move Block of Air back instead. So, yeah, so when I started playing, like, having an Apo for that reason was very important. But when you're playing the digital version, when it's easy just to remake, the only cost is, for me, is to come up with a new theme and then go at it again, right? The Apo's less important at the start. And when I started playing, especially in Fumble, I was like, I need to have the Apo because I don't want to remake my team. But after a while, you kind of, like, you're like, it's fine to remake the team. Because, you know, the way you view the game, that kind of stuff changes as well. Let's see, what did my opponent say? So there are a lot of things to take into account. And I think that sometimes when we discuss, like, future improvements of the game, we haven't specified what we're actually talking about. We're only talking about kind of out of personal preference. And I definitely do the same. But I think if we want to have, ooh, that's going to be regen, but still, that's SPP. We need to start getting better at that. Oh, I can use this piece. Well, I need to blitz something. So we'll have to blitz over here then. Hey, Eagles! Just subscribe. Welcome to subscribers. Please enjoy your stay. I mean, so Twistillation says, feels like skeletons are being tougher than zombies in this game. I've always preferred skeletons to zombies, because they're faster. Yeah, Ducky says, the cost for the more committed crowd in Champ tends to be time in my experience, and losing process repeatedly does lead to burnout. Yeah, I can totally see that. Like, And I think it's also like the opposite of that is you can kind of counter or mix with the formula when it comes to, okay, so how do you judge a win versus a loss, and how many of each matters when it comes to points. And at some point you might get to, yeah, like having, you might get to a point where it's where you're actually where you want to not play too many games because there's diminishing returns, or winning or tying and possibly losing further on, and then you're all of a sudden punishing those that play a lot, and the people that play a lot are the ones that make sure that there's always a game in championship ladder. So it's a really hard thing to balance, and I do not envy those that have to figure out what that system needs to be. That said, maybe there's a way to have different sortings in Champ Ladder and in Open. Like, maybe it's a case of Champ Ladder should just... no, I don't know. I'm not going to say fucking anything because I haven't actually looked into any of it. And I am not up to date with how matchmaking works in many different cases. So, I'm shutting up about it. Yeah, we don't... Fuck, right, man. Okay. That reference going to be really weird if you watch this on YouTube after the fact. But basically, no, it's a long story and it's annoying, and everyone kind of came out of it being like, "Oh, we're talking about different things." And it was all in all very frustrating. Okay, so basically, if I can run away from this guy and some of these skeletons, I'm in a good position. The fact that these guys are both basing me here is pretty good because it evens out the rest of the pitch, right? That means we both have 8 people to play with. At first I thought about going here, but I don't think that's worth it, because this is just a dodge out. And I think what I need here is you can actually stand up and stay put. That's fine. Because that gives me a 2-die block here. I can follow up on. Okay, that's good. Go back here. I think we are gonna... Do I want to... I'm not actually sure. Oh, that is unfortunate for me. That's... Okay, that wasn't actually the smartest of moves. What do I want to do here? I think we're staying put. For now. It's 1-1, it's turn 11, so I don't have to rush it, but I can't. It's not just FUndead I'm facing, it's also PUndead. Yeah. But this is a setup for surf. But the only piece that could... No, actually, it's this piece that can surf. Here. But if that happens, then there's all of a sudden 3 skeletons over here, and I should be able to push up on this side. Yep, so now that's... And I think I'm okay. Huh. I think I'm okay with this. In the sense that these guys are going to be out of position for 2 turns. But it does mean I kind of have to score in 2 turns as well. Oh, well, Praline Scrimmage got injured, so it wasn't worth it. Oh, okay, it was possibly worth it still. We'll see. I'm down to 8. I need to do a 1-die blitz here. No, actually I can just do a 1-die block here. That gets us the same result. So this is a 2-die. I mean, it's a 2+ roll, is what I'm saying. Which is the best out of all the rolls anyways, that I can actually get in this situation, so it's fine. How do I want to do this? No, stop it. I think I have to do this. And one more. Thank you. Oh, hang on. Can I? No, I can't. Okay, but I can do this, which is good, because it means I can do this, and that's also great. Okay, oh, that's not good. Reroll that. Ah, I snake-eyed again! I don't think I actually needed to do that one though, but ugh. Let's see, who can so this guy can dodge out. Or if they knock this piece down, follow up, then this piece is free to get a 1-die. Can they get an assist here? No. That guy's stuck on 2 pieces. Can you get over there and assist? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can with the GFI. But if you run over here, then... Oh, you can actually run this way. Yeah, so that works. That's unfortunate. But at least it's some rolls. So it's a 3+ into 2 die against. And this block is also, in case you're wondering, a 3+. Nice. Okay, so it's just a dodge. Can I... Okay, I think I have to... Oh, that's a... I don't want to... We're doing this mainly... Oh, that's good. Because I want as many pieces to be up here once I fail the dodge. Let's see. Where do I want to drop the ball? I want to drop the ball around here. And then I have to... Can I... I don't think I can hold it out much longer than this. Anyways, so here we go. And we got the right cheerleaders, hooray! Oh, nice. Back to 9 players. So, we're down to 9. My opponent is back at 11. But, we are actually in the lead. So, spooky, scary skeletons are playing for the tie. Let's see if they keep catching it. Nope. Ooh, that's a really good start. Because that means this might fail. Not really sure where this piece moved here because it doesn't change this block. Nice. That's unfortunate. That I can blitz with a dodge. Okay, now I can't. Oh, that's a nice blitz. Hey, Philip Plays Games just subscribed. Welcome to subscribers. Oh, that's nice. That is exactly what I wanted. Because that lets me run through here. Oh shit, should I? Yeah, let's do that. If I fall down, I'm gonna fall down. Well, I didn't snake eye the dodge, I too died the dodge. I rolled a 2 to go for it, and then I rolled 2 more 2s. 3 2s in a row. Now these are mostly here based on what happened last time. Commissar wanted to score quickly because he did a handoff to and ran diagonally. So I'm having some extra things here. And it seems like we have something similar this time, but that didn't work because that just keeps me standing. And there are tackle zones all around here that with that blitz they can't actually deal with, and there are tackle zones all around here as well. Now these I can try and go around, but they're only movement 5 and they can't really dodge. See, I'm not blitzing here. I'm blocking here. So, I can blitz here. And then go over here. Oh, getting a stun there is great. And getting a stun there is good too. So we stunned 3 of them. Oh, well. I knew that was gonna happen. Well, I'd hoped it would have been something, but that worked out too. So this piece is free. Which means that this piece... For this piece to score, this piece has to blitz out. Or that has to happen. But that's with 2 GFIs. That means this piece is... This piece has to dodge, because they can't get an assist here. I mean, it's a 1 die, but it's also a bit of a trick. Like, anything but a POW here means that it only works on a 6. And this piece can even then can only go like here, here, here. What the fuck just happened? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to stop that. Yeah, legendary undead pass play, most definitely. Okay, what do we have? Well, so Kung Pao Chicken leveled up, which is nice. It means Hail Mary Pasta wants to do a pass to 2 notches of steel, and then we get to do some blocks, right? That's what's going on. Because I don't have enough players to do a 1 turn here. Well, she caught it. No, that is actually not a thing. There we go. Stay for the assist. now I should have enough for a 3 die here. Yep. I got out of 6 times I got 1 useful thing. The reason I could use the reroll there is because these guys, of course, already have the rerolls they need for this pass action. What? What? Those were some exciting times. Well, all things considered, after having played down for most of that, I'm pretty pleased with the tie. I mean, it's going to be nice to win. I feel like what we did here, based on, well, pretty much everything. I mean, it's hard to stop that pass play. And that was as good of a setup to stop that pass play. I think I could have. Well, I'm sure there was something that could have been slightly better. But I had the intercept with in no tackle zones with the catch reroll, that kind of stuff. So fucking Hail Mary pasta would have leveled up if player had actually caught the ball. Boo. Boo! Boo! Let's have a look at the dice rolls before we go on air. So, pretty even spread. Same for the scary skeletons. We keep rolling not that many 3s, apparently. Have a look at the block dice. Spooky scary skeletons rolled a lot of skulls. I don't think they got that many turnovers, though, did they? I think, and I rolled also a lot of skulls, but I rolled more of these knockdown things too. Also not that many skulls compared to the rest. A lot of both downs apparently. So that was pretty good for me. I'm happy about that. Even spread. Let's see what we get in the level ups. So catch and sausages unfortunately miss next game, but Kung Pao chicken. I think gets. Should we? Let's go with a mighty blow. Let's go with a mighty blow here. And it might be time to buy ourselves a 12-line woman here, just for the sake of having a full team next turn. I think that's justified. So for that, I'm gonna need a good name suggestion from Twitch chat. It's food and Blood Bowl terms. Let's go to cancel here so you can see what we currently have. And if you're watching on YouTube, goodbye.